My sister read my diary at my graduation to get attention. I read her affair texts at her baby shower to get revenge. Vanessa grabbed the microphone during my college graduation party before anyone could stop her, holding up my leather journal with the broken lock dangling from the clasp. She'd found it in my bedroom that morning while looking for phone chargers, she said, but I knew she'd been searching for something to use. My parents had thrown the party at their house with 50 relatives and friends packed into the backyard, faculty members from the university, my girlfriend Rachel, everyone who mattered in my life. Vanessa stood on the patio in her red dress and heels, pregnant belly prominent at 7 months, demanding attention by announcing she had something special to share about her little brother. My stomach dropped because I recognized the journal immediately. I'd stopped writing in it 3 years ago after my breakdown during sophomore year, after the hospitalization and medication adjustments and weekly therapy sessions I'd never told most people about. The pages contained thoughts I'd written during the darkest period of my life, when I wasn't sure I wanted to keep living, when I'd documented every failure and inadequacy and fear in meticulous detail. Vanessa opened to a page marked with a pink sticky note and started reading aloud in a theatrical voice about how I'd written that I felt worthless compared to her, that I'd never be successful, that everyone in our family thought I was the disappointing child who couldn't live up to her achievements. The yard went silent, except for her voice carrying across the space. She read passages where I'd described feeling inadequate about everything, about how Rachel probably pitied me for dating someone so pathetic, about how graduation felt pointless because I'd probably fail at whatever career I attempted. She read entries about panic attacks I'd hidden from everyone, about medication making me feel numb and disconnected, about wanting to disappear rather than face another day of pretending I was okay. My face burned with humiliation as 50 people stared at me with expressions ranging from pity to shock to uncomfortable embarrassment. Rachel's hand found mine and squeezed, but I couldn't look at her. My faculty advisor, Professor Morrison, was there, the woman who'd written my recommendation letters and believed I was capable of graduate school. My Uncle Frank, who'd offered me a job at his firm. My best friend David, who thought I had everything together. Vanessa kept reading, her voice getting louder and more animated as she sensed the attention locked on her. She was performing, turning my private anguish into entertainment for an audience, and she was clearly enjoying herself. My mom finally snapped out of her shock and moved toward Vanessa, but my sister had already finished her dramatic reading and was explaining that she'd found these entries and thought everyone should know the real me behind the cap and gown and the fake smile in graduation photos. I just thought people should understand what Ethan's really been dealing with, Vanessa said with false concern dripping from her voice, one hand on her pregnant stomach. Mental health is so important to talk about, and he's been hiding this struggle from all of you. I'm just trying to help him by bringing it into the light. The manipulation was transparent to me, but effective on the crowd. Some people nodded sympathetically. Others whispered to each other. My mom took the microphone from Vanessa and tried to smooth things over by suggesting we all get food and celebrate my graduation properly, but the damage was complete and irreversible. Rachel pulled me toward the house, and we escaped to my childhood bedroom where I sat on the edge of the bed with my hands shaking. She asked if what Vanessa read was true, and I told her yes, that I'd been hospitalized briefly sophomore year during a depressive episode, that I'd been in therapy ever since, that I should have told her before, but I was afraid she'd leave. Rachel hugged me and said she wished I'd trusted her with this instead of letting her find out through public humiliation. Downstairs, I could hear the party continuing with forced normalcy, people trying to pretend nothing weird had happened, but the energy had shifted completely. I stayed in my room for an hour while Rachel went down to handle the social obligations I couldn't face. When I finally emerged, half the guests had left early with awkward excuses. The ones remaining gave me pitying looks or avoided eye contact entirely. Professor Morrison approached me first, and what she said made me want to die. Full story is linked below or on my channel.